I guess I'm just talking to the camera, which is fine. I mean,
Well, it's going to be like promotional put together for next year, from what I understand.
is it?
Yeah, the very first one that we had done, there was a lot of personal stuff that was being talked about, so we'll cut a lot of that out.
Hello. Hello. Do I just start randomly or?
No, Nico's going to.
Okay.
Making sure the last time people come in, and she'll just introduce kind of what you do, what's coming up there.
Lynn was doing some intros occasionally. I don't know if she doing
Yeah,
that all
talk
day.
after and they'll come into each one of them, so. I've seen everybody in the.
It's hard to get places on time when you got talking to do.
Listen. I was in the middle of doing a sale, and I was like, "Oh, it's my time! Oh no!"
People that need.
I know.
No
It's,
pressure.
huh?
No pressure.
It's fine.
Did you need the big screen?
No. That's just I'm live streaming to my YouTube and my Facebook, so people that were lame and didn't come to this event get to see it. Like my wife, who's watching, and I know she's watching. Lame-o. Yeah, my wife's. Oh, now it went down to 0. It's fine. It'll be on my YouTube later. It's fine. She's just on the phone with her divorce attorney. It's okay. Okay, it might not be accurate. Yeah, there it goes. I have 1. Yay! Yay!
Oh, that's it.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay.
Here's the real para-celebrity.
No, it is. No.
Hey, you've been on TV.
I have, yes.
She's been on TV too. You were on Drew Barrymore's show. I mean, granted, it wasn't for.
Hey Teresa, what do we do? That face again? Okay, you were on TV.
I was on TV, and I think it was called America's Most Wanted.
Oh, so was Jay.
Yeah.
I didn't want America's Most Wanted, it's cops.
Oh, she is. She says she's here. Are you on the phone with the divorce attorney?
I was on TV too, and then my wife told me to get off. It won't support me.
Yes! Yes, for the dad joke. I love it.
I'm her wife.
My wife doesn't claim me.
We have comedy hour before we even get the audience warmed up.
I know. I
All
love
right,
it.
so can I talk a little bit about you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna read what you sent me.
I don't remember sending that, but it's okay.
Okay.
I was probably
That's
drunk.
what his wife said, so.
Yeah, it's not
Somebody
Yes.
sent this to me because I don't know any of this stuff. So, Cody is from the sharp side of paranormal. He is a husband and father of 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. He has been in the paranormal community now for 2 years. He left paramedicine to focus more time on the paranormal.
Uh-huh.
Cody has investigated with several teams, but his main teams are Sharp Side of Paranormal and Above and Below Paranormal. He hosts a live podcast several times a month, interviewing positive creators in the paranormal field, as well as bringing you news from the paranormal community.
It's not nice.
Cody has just recently started the manufacturing of paranormal equipment with the goal of bringing good, affordable equipment to the community, as there is gatekeeping when it comes to equipment. And you are going to talk about the benefits of having the correct equipment, correct?
Yeah, but it's kind of misleading because I'm not talking about physical equipment.
Okay, well that's you take it away.
So I got into the paranormal. So my first ever paranormal experience was when I was 10 years old. I actually had a dream that my grandfather had passed away, and then the next morning we got the phone call that he had passed. And that kind of spurred my interest and like, okay, that was a little weird. And I kept having times where I would have deja vu. I'd be out in public, like I totally had a dream of this, and decided, hey, read up on stuff. And then I didn't really know that like paranormal investigations was like a thing. And then I saw this post, and please don't boo, but I went to a Ghost Hunts USA event.
Boo. Boo. Oh wait, you said don't.
Yeah, please don't do that. So it was me and my wife who went to the Indiana State Sanatorium in Rockville, Indiana. And honestly, I was going for the wrong reasons. I was there to get the shit scared out of me. Pardon my language, but I mean, come on, it's cool. And did I? So we were in the nursing home section of the building. It is a former tuberculosis hospital, then it became a nursing home / mental hospital. Quite an awesome building. Lots of bats. They're working on that. It's fine. So we're in the nursing home section, and part of this rotation was they separated us. They put people in the doorways to these rooms. I was put in the nurses station of the nursing home, and I'm standing there. It's dark, but it's like you can see a little bit because there's light from outside, from like the moon and some other lights they had outside. And there's this linen closet in the corner of this nurses station. The door opens up, and this white nurse, like mist apparition, comes out, walks past me. And some of you guys have heard this story when I told it when I was out there. But if you've ever seen the movie Accepted with Jonah Hill and Justin Long, where they start that fake college and they're at the old mental hospital and they find a dead body, and Jonah Hill screams like really loud. That was me. I screamed like a little girl, and my wife, who was down the hall, was laughing her ass off. So the tour guides decided to move me outside of the nurses station and put me in the middle of the intersection of these 4 hallways. And that apparition came out and touched me. Came up to me, put his hand on his shoulder, and then disappeared. And there were 6 people that witnessed that, plus the tour guides. And that kind of got me into the right reason. Now, when I say the right equipment for paranormal, I'm talking about up here, and I'm talking about in here. Because a lot of us started because we've had a paranormal experience and we want to know. But there's a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube that go for the wrong reasons. They're there for money, they're there for entertainment, and they're causing problems for people like us who actually are there for the right reason. Now, granted, paranormal is still a very young science, and a lot of people consider it a pseudoscience. But we're here to research. We want to know what happens when we die. What connections do we have to the living world when we die? So I'm in it now for the history of the buildings. I want a connection with the spirits, and I want to know what the hell happens when I die. Now, I live with a demon, and I say that, and it's my wife. So, like, I'm not out here chasing demons. Now, she hates me making that joke, and she says if I keep making it, that the only way people are going to talk to me is through a Ouija board, or a spirit box, or some kind of app like that. But you got to have the right mindset. A lot of us do paranormal investigations residentially on residential cases. We go in there, we're wearing our t-shirts, our nice t-shirts with our logos, because we're all, yeah. But is that giving the right impression to the people who are probably having the shit scared out of them, not sleeping? I've been on residential cases. I was on a residential case last summer. It took 6 months to clear it up. It was absolutely crazy. There were multiple teams involved. Old World Paranormal even got involved. And there were times that I was called in the middle of the night because stuff was going crazy. And we need to have the mindset that we're there to help, not there to get views on YouTube, not there to get views on TikTok, or how many followers do I have on my Instagram account. And a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, I don't mean all of us, worry about those numbers. I used to, when I first started in the paranormal, I'll admit, I was worried about, I gotta have this many followers. Like right now, it says I have 3 people watching. Thank you, 3 people. I'm happy with that number. Do I want 1,000 people watching me? Yes. But is that why I'm doing this live? No. So you gotta have the right mindset. Your equipment up here and your equipment up down here. Like your heart and your passion that puts us into these paranormal locations. A lot of us do pay-to-play locations. There's nothing wrong with that. Unless you're going there claiming that there's a demon there, vandalizing the property, being disrespectful to the spirits that are there, that makes it harder for people that are actually there for the right reasons. And it turns a lot of locations off where they don't allow paranormal investigations anymore. I'm sorry, but it's not, every place is not haunted. And when I was a tour guide at a place, and I would tell people, paranormal investigations a lot like fishing. Some days the fish are jumping in the boat. Other days you're going into the store, picking up a fish and telling your wife you caught it. It's the same with paranormal. We've done it. We've sat there 3-4 hours, nothing happens. I'm excited if a cat ball goes off. I'm like, yes! I want to communicate with you. Like I'm here as your friend. I'm here to tell your story. Share it with the world. I've got people that want to hear it. Tell me. That's about having the right mindset and not, oh, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to make a lot of money. Oh, there's a demon here. Statistically speaking, 1% of paranormal hauntings are actually a demon. And I think we lose what a demon really is. And now my definition of a demon is probably different than what your definition of a demon is, what your definition of a demon. But my definition of a demon is an evil entity that is not of human origin. So something from hell, that is a demon. You can have a pissed off, like, honestly, if I die, I'm probably going to be pissed off and I'm going to be doing stuff to mess with people. If you're coming in there saying, oh, it's a demon, yeah, I'm going to be pissed off. But that doesn't make me a demon. It makes me an evil entity. There's a difference. Some spirits just want to be left alone. And that's a lot of things. People will provoke spirits. Like you go into a location and you get a response, leave, or I don't want to talk. And they keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Why? You wouldn't do that with a person. Why do it with a spirit? So when the next person comes in, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to communicate with you. I don't understand why people think that antagonizing a spirit or calling them a demon or whatnot is a good thing. Like we as humans, we have bad days. Some days I'm the nicest person in the world. Other days I'm the biggest dick in the world. Spirits are the same way. Like my belief is, and this is just a theory, when we die, we don't lose what we were as a human. So if we were, nice one day and a dick the next day, we're probably going to be like that as a spirit. That's just my theory. Am I right? I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure this out. That's why I go to these locations. I want to know what happens when I die and what's gonna, what's it like? I don't know. I mean, why do you do paranormal?
Prior experiences, just trying to find out what the deal is. Yeah.
You? You?
Same thing, the history of the building, follow happening.
Teresa? You live in a demon house.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
You? Why are you in the paranormal?
I mean, my wife has a lot more knowledge and experience than I do. My dad was a long-term believer, and I'm like, all right, this keeps coming back into my life, so here I am.
It sounds like we're all in it for the same reason. So when we have people, and here's the thing, I get told all the time not to worry about these people, that they're just here having fun and it's not harmful. I disagree. Because when you go to a location and you say, oh, there's a demon here, that turns people off. I don't want to go there. I heard there's a demon there. I don't want to go there when there's not a demon there. So less people are going to locations. So that's less money coming into locations. Now there's still people that are going to still show up, but somebody that's just starting out, it's like, I don't want to mess with that. I have no idea what I'm doing. So they're not going to get the stories. They're not going to get the history of the buildings. And it turns people off from our community. And that is not the right reason. So that's why you got to have the right headspace and you got to have the heart and passion for the paranormal. That's all I have to say. How'd I do for time? I'm doing good for time. I still got like 14 minutes. Huh? Close to it. I guess I'll take Q&A. I mean, has anybody got questions for me?
I actually do. What is paramedicine?
EMT, paramedic.
Oh, not yet. Not as exciting as it sounded initially.
You know what's funny? I was on a podcast last year. It was it's called the Military Veterans Paranormal What the Fuck podcast. And when they saw my bio, they're like, "Oh my gosh, what is paramedicine?" Is he like, so the one lady that did the pre-interview asked me, and I told her like it's EMT. And she's like, "Oh, we thought it was like something with spirits." And she's like, so she was like, "I'm not going to tell the other guys. I want you to lay it on as thick as possible when we get you on the show." So I'm like, "Yeah, I use spirits to heal people, and like I'm buying this ambulance, and it's gonna have like all this paranormal equipment. And we bring the patient into the back of the ambulance, and we use healers and stuff." And they bought it hook, line, and sinker. And then I'm like, "No, I was an EMT."
Yeah, then after I sit here and hear the word paramedicine and think about paramedic, duh. Oh well.
I was an EMT. I was making $15 an hour as an EMT. And let's be honest, stuff in the paranormal world is not cheap. And I was like, I really want to experience this and be part of it. So I ended up going back to my logistics job, making more money, and where the schedule allows me to do things like this, and being able to afford to go to these locations. Like my first year, I went on 2 paranormal investigations. Last year, I went on 13, 14 different investigations. This year is probably going to be double. So, yeah. I went with her last year to Post Town Elementary right here. You kept scaring the shit out of me. Her whole goal the whole night. Like, I had to go change the batteries in my camera. And they went upstairs, and I was walking. I was like, "Where are you guys at?" And she jumps out of this room, and I pissed my pants. But so when I say you have the right headspace, is joking around like that the right headspace? Absolutely. The spirits love that stuff. When you play jokes and you get them involved in games, they absolutely love that. Especially when there's kid spirits. They love when you bring toys out. But when it's mean-spirited stuff, that's where, like Pennhurst, last year at their Paracon, they had a photo booth. And they had people wearing straitjackets. And if you know the history of Pennhurst, that's probably not a good thing. So when we have locations that are kind of mocking the spirits, that's not right. Or like Eloise. Now, here's the thing. I want to go to both Pennhurst and Eloise because they're both beautiful locations and they have rich histories. But Eloise now has an escape room at their facility. When there were people that were put into that just because at the time that Eloise opened up, husbands could just say, my wife argues with me, she needs to be committed. And they would take them in. And they would keep them there for the rest of their life. So to have an escape room at that location is the wrong reason. Like, I understand you're a business, you're trying to make money and stay afloat, but you gotta be in good taste. So that stuff frustrates me.
Yeah.
I think if, something that is being done that, is in bad taste, it's just in bad taste. I mean, there's no getting around that. Have you ever had experience though where, you know, something has been set off just because of, you know, something you were doing or carrying or saying, or, you know, because I have myself, my wife and I, we went to Mansfield, and we went up into the infirmary area, and she went to walk into the OR, walked in just fine. I got 3 feet inside that OR, and I was just like, nope, I am not welcome here. I turned on my heel and out I went. At the time, I was working in the emergency room as an ER tech, and I just got this whole concept of, you're one of those kind of people, get on out of here. You know, but in the same time, I guess to touch back to what you're saying, I wouldn't have, you know, gone in there with carrying a whole bunch of medical equipment in my scrubs, like, yay, here I am.
I think when I went to ISS, I was an EMT at the time. And I think the spirits, because I kept mentioning it, you know, throughout the night, I think the spirits picked up on that. And they saw me as someone that was there to help. And I think that's why, like, the nurse reached out. And every time, I mean, I've been there twice since then. And I've seen her both times that I've gone back. I think a lot of that will play into it. Like the last time I was there in October, I'm with this girl named Sky from Sky's Catacomb. And she found a hospital gown and she put it on because it was completely dead. We were right in front of the nurse's station. She said, I'm a patient. I need help. And all of a sudden that nurse showed up down the shadow hallway and another shadow figure showed up at the same time. And like our devices all started going off at the same time. So I think using devices that would trigger like the moment, I think does help. But at the same time, like there have been paranormal investigators that have gone to, like female paranormal investigators that have gone to like a male prison. They get messed with. They have more activity than the male counterparts. Or the male counterparts get aggressive behavior. So something like that would, you know, I guess would be part of it.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my son, Emmett. He is a junior paranormal investigator.
And abandoned building explorer.
Yes, he likes abandoned buildings. We were out in California last year. We're coming back from Las Vegas, heading back to LA. And there was this abandoned truck stop. And he's like, can we go explore? And I'm like, cool, let's go get arrested. But yes, let's go do it. And I kept missing it. There's an outside of Las Vegas, there is an abandoned water park. And I missed it going in, and then on the way back out, I missed it. I'm like, so the next time I'm out there, I want to go.
Yeah, and we're going in for the summer.
Who is?
Us. We're gonna plan a trip.
That is news to me, but hey, we'll put it on your mommy's credit card.
Your credit card. Actually, my stepmom.
Okay.
She won't like that. She'll kill you.
She's watching right now.
Again.
Wait, what the?
Yeah, she's watching me right now.
Bruh, it's a live stream.
Yes.
I am going live. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, everybody can hear you.
Ah, great.
He is a comedian. I love it. Does anybody got any other questions? Because I've got, 2-3 minutes left?
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
I said come on in, and you're like, no, I'm going to play.
My iPad died.
Oh, that's why he's in here. No? I appreciate you guys listening and being engaging. This was my first time ever
I'm
speaking.
kind
So
of sad that I
You
missed
did a good
it.
job.
thank you.
I'm kind of sad that I missed it.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Yes.
Maybe you can watch it when your iPad gets charged up.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually at 7%, so.
Oh, there you go. Might be able to watch
It's just
half
play
of it.
tag with my friend.
Thank you all for tuning in.